Hello, Year 6. I hope that you're all safe and well and that you enjoyed all of the work that I set for you yesterday, that you got on okay with the multiplication of fractions and you enjoyed writing your portal story. I really can't wait to read all of those. So it's Wednesday again today. It doesn't feel like 2 minutes since I said this last week. I can't believe it's Wednesday already. So what have I got in store for you today? Well, we've got some fantastic learning for you today. First of all, I'd like you to click on the Wednesday word link and have a look at this week's gospel and the reflection on there. And then we're going to do some maths. Now, we are moving on today to division of fractions. So we are looking at dividing fractions by integers. Now, this is one of my favourite concepts to teach in maths because I find that everybody really enjoys dividing fractions. So I hope that you all really enjoy it today as well. Now, I'm just going to show you the key strategy of dividing fractions by integers. Now, I've spoken about integers earlier on in the week, so you shouldn't be too worried about that word. We're just meaning a whole number. And it's very similar to what you are expected to do when you are multiplying fractions. As always, follow the link for White Rose and follow the learning video and then have a go at the first sheet, and if you're able, have a go at the challenge as well. So I've got a couple of examples that I just want to talk through with you. Okay, so here I have got a fraction divided by an integer. So I have got 1/2 divided by 3. So like we did when we were multiplying fractions, I want you to change that integer into a fraction. So it would be 1/2 divided by 3/1. Now, when we divide by fractions, we use this saying, which is called keep, change, flip. And if you use that for all of the times that you are dividing fractions, you will not go wrong. You see that division sign in a fraction number sentence and you say keep, change, flip. So try and remember that. So how does that look? So what we do is we keep the first fraction the same. So we say keep that half the same. And then what we do is we change the division to a multiplication. So we change that division sign to a multiplication symbol. And then we flip the 3/1, we flip it round. So we change it to 1/3. So let me say that again. We keep the half, we change that division sign to a multiplication symbol, and we flip that 3/1 upside down to 1/3. And then we just follow the same as we did for multiplication. So we say 1/2 minus 1/3. I have to see if I can get to the side of this. 1/2 multiplied by 1/3. So we say 1 times 1 is 1 and 2 times 3 is 6. So it would be 1/6. So remember, keep that half the same, change that division sign to a multiplication sign, flip that 3/1 upside down to 1/3, and then multiply it like you usually would. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 3 is 3. I hope you were able to follow that. Shall I do you another example just in case? Let's have another go. All right then, let's have a look at this one. So we have got 1/6 divided by 2. So I'm going to change that integer into a fraction. So we know what that is now. 1/6 divided by 2/1. And then we say to ourselves, it's a division. Keep, change, flip. So what are we going to do? We're going to keep that 1/6 the same. We're going to change that division to a multiplication, and we're going to flip that 2/1 upside down to a half. And then we follow the multiplication as normal. So we say 1 times 1 is 1, 6 times 2 is 12. Keep, change, flip. Keep that fraction of 1/6 the same, change that division to a multiplication, flip that 2/1 over. 1/6 multiplied by 1/2. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 6 is 12. 1/12. If we need to simplify, like we did in multiplication, you can do that. Once you have got it as a multiplication of a fraction, use either of those strategies that we spoke about yesterday and Monday as well. So use that prior learning to help you with your multiplication. You just have to make sure when you see that division sign, you keep and then you change and then you flip. Okay, Year 6, really good luck with that. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun doing the activities I've set in maths today. Now, we finished our module on the door yesterday and you wrote your stories. So I hope that you all really enjoyed that scheme of learning that we did. We are starting another topic, a talk for writing topic, next Monday. But I didn't want to start another one halfway through the week. So what I thought it would be really lovely to do is some creative writing activities. And what I love is giving you a choice of what you do. So if you have a look on the link underneath your English for the week on the home learning page, you'll see that there's a document saying Wednesday the 20th and Thursday the 21st creative writing. And what I would like you to do is I'd like you to choose 1 or 2 tasks today and tomorrow. All right, you can do 1 or 2, it doesn't matter, you can choose, and I'd like you to complete those tasks. And I think they're really exciting. I'd love to do them. So the first, that's upside down. The first one is a character development. So you've got a lady there with an umbrella looking a bit fed up, it's raining, and there's some questions I want you to answer. What is this woman feeling? How do you know this? Why do you think she is feeling like this? Now, these are inference questions, which you're really brilliant at. So answer those questions. And then underneath, if you'd like to, answer this. You pretend that you are writing as this woman. She opens her diary and she does a diary entry. What does she write? So from those questions that you answer, first of all, think about what she might be feeling, why she might be feeling this way, and then write a diary entry. I know a lot of you love writing diary entries, so that's why I chose this activity for you. So that is the first one. Okay, so you might decide to do that one. Now, this is the second one. Oh my gosh, I love this one, okay. So this is called the Island of Lights, okay. And this is where children dreamt about marshmallow clouds and licorice roads. Wow. A lot of you spoke about sweet worlds and candy worlds for your portal story. So I think this might be right up your street. Okay, sea lions walk the streets using crutches. The roads had underfloor heating for cold weather. Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful now if we had underfloor heating without that it's so cold, all right? I know Archie would love it when we went for a walk. Okay, so what I'd like you to do for the challenge, describe what you can see in the photograph. So have a look at the photograph. On the PowerPoint, it's in colour, so it's a lot nicer for you to look at. I'm just having a few problems with my printer at home at the moment and it won't print colour for me. How could you continue the descriptions of the Island of Lights? Think about the skies, the lighthouse, the seas, the snow, the food. So really describing the setting. Let your imaginations run wild again. Like we've said all week, you've got the best imaginations ever, so it would be really great for you to be writing about the Island of Lights. So you might decide to choose that one. Then again, you might decide to choose this. Okay, so we've got a snow leopard here. And like the first activity, it says, make notes on his face, his eyes, his whiskers, his nose, his ears, on all of his body patterns, tail, paws, the way he moves, his behaviour in the wild. Use as many wow words as you can. So that's really great descriptions. Really impressed me with those lovely words that you will be using. And then you've got a challenge, okay? So using the words that you've used from those questions and some phrases you have collected, write a paragraph about the snow leopard. So not only what he looks like, but the way that he moves. So think about that really carefully. Yeah, and the way that he might behave in the wild. I think you could think of quite a lot of things looking at that picture of the snow leopard there. Isn't it stunning? It's beautiful. Okay. Use metaphors, personification, and similes. Well, you're great at using all of those in your writing. All right, so make sure that you include some of those as well. Now, if you don't decide to do that one, you might decide to do this one. Now, this is a great one because it's predicting what might happen next. Okay, so you're thinking about what you're going to be, set a scene, and then you're going to think about what happens next. And we often talk about this when we're reading, and I say to you, what do you think might happen next in this? And you've always got such imaginative and great ideas. Okay, so Laura goes on a hiking trip to see the local waterfalls. As she reaches the top of an edge, she takes in the view, but then she feels dizzy looking down from above. So she's standing at the top of a waterfall and she looks down and she starts feeling dizzy. I wonder what might happen next. Okay, so what happens next? How is it resolved? The word resolved means fixed. So not only what happens next, but how is there a solution? So you might say that there's a problem and that you need to write a solution for that. Invent your own ending for the story. So you've got the start of the story there, and then you need to think, you need to predict what happens next and write the ending for it. So that is another one that you might want to try, another activity. And then finally, the final one is, I like this one. If you could be a character in any book, who would you be? Okay, so we've got there's some examples on there. You've got Bruno, Charlie, Lola Rose, Stanley Yelnats, Matilda, Ken Suk. Who would you be and why? Okay, you don't have to use any of those examples. You could use your own example. And at the bottom it says, who else can you think of? Is there anyone else that you might want to be? Why would you be this character? What would you do? Now, I know I have got so many fantastic readers in Year 6, so you don't have to just use one example. You could use a couple of examples as well and explain why you'd like to be those people. So, let me just recap for you. So the creative writing is for today and for tomorrow. You can choose one activity to do, or you can choose two activities. You can do all of the activities if you want to. Just do what you can. You might find it easier to plan your work first. We always plan our work first rather than going straight into writing. And really think about those fantastic sentences. We've been working so hard on our relative clauses and our expanded noun phrases, and we've already spoke about metaphors and similes. Yeah, so use all of that wonderful language that you've got at your disposal. Remember, dictionaries, thesauruses. Okay, if you haven't actually got a dictionary or thesaurus at home, you can Google search them and you can find them online as well, so you can use them online. Really make the most, and I think that's why it's so great to plan your work first, because then you can get all of that wonderful language and then it just helps you write more fluently. I really hope that you enjoyed those activities, Year 6. So that is the morning, and what have we got this afternoon? Well, on a Wednesday afternoon, I'd like you to do a PE session. So whether it's anything that I've put, any of the links that I've put on the website, or if it's just going outside, going for a walk, just try and get a little bit more active than you usually are. And then after that, we are going to carry on with the Mayans and the Maya civilization. So there is a PowerPoint about the Maya civilization, and the first task that I want you to do is, I've given you the outline of a map, and I'd like you to write on there and show the boundaries of where the Maya civilization was. Okay, so I want you to label that map. Now, don't worry, the slides on the PowerPoint will help you to do that as well. All right, so just go through the PowerPoint like always, and it will be self-explanatory for you. Then, I think this is a great activity. I would like you to take all of the knowledge from this week and what you learnt last week as well, and I would like you to do a Welcome to Maya tourist information page. There's an outline of what I want included on the PowerPoint, but I'd like you, so if I was a tourist visiting and going on holiday, why would I want to go to the Maya area? Sell it. Yeah, be really persuasive, because I know that you guys are brilliant with your persuasive language. So that is it for today. I hope you have a fantastic time with your learning today and enjoy everything that I've set for you. And as always, remember, only do what you can. And if there's anything that you need me for, just email me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, so have a great day, Year 6. Lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye.